Forbes has reviewed 73 online savings accounts and have given us the top and the best high yield savings account of January 2024. If you are watching this, then you already know what high yield savings accounts are. If you do not know and only clicked because who doesn't like money, then just know that these are once again online banks. And if you're iffy about using online banks, then after this video, you should definitely watch this video where I break down some of the reasons why we do not like using online accounts and why you should probably give it a try. Like traditional banks, online banks have different rules. Some have fees, some have a minimum you must deposit and maintain to get a rate. Some may require that you have checking account in addition to the savings. For this review, Forbes' main criteria was the interest rates. They focus on banks with high savings rate. So it's going from the highest rate to the lowest. There are 9 banks altogether, but I'm going to be reviewing just the top 5. Always do your own homework. Every information given here should be used at your discretion. I am no expert. I did go through the list of banks that it gave to see which have fees and which doesn't, which has the minimum deposits and which doesn't. But like I said, you should still do your own homework before you proceed with any bank. The very first bank with 5.50% APY is Millie Savings Account. I know we're used to APR. APR is how much it costs you to borrow. APY is how much you gain for keeping your money with the bank. Millie Savings Account is a part of Bank of Omaha, like I mentioned in the other video. No fees, no minimum balance required. It is FDIC insured, which for me is priority number 1, because before we start talking, will I get my money back should anything happen? You would be using ATM with a lot of this online banking because there are no physical stores to go to. At this time, you can't deposit money into or through the ATM, but there are no fees for wire transfers. So you can transfer money into the account through wire transfer, or you connect your other account to your traditional bank account to transfer money into that account. Or you can transfer money via direct deposit. None is a requirement to have the high rate. The next on the list is UFB Secure Savings with 5.25 annual percent yield. I'm just going to say interest for the sake of this video. That's just the language I'm used to, the language I use. 5.25% interest rate. This also has 0 monthly maintenance fees, 0 minimum deposit required to open the account. And they are also FDIC insured. Now, they say you have 24/7 access to your funds. I didn't go deep into the website researching what exactly that means and how do you get your money should you need your money at 2 a.m. But if this is a bank you're interested in, then at least you should know them mentioning it is because they know this is something we care about when it comes to online banking. If you're using it for your savings, you may not need money 24/7, but it's good to know. The next on the list is Bread Savings High Yield Savings Account. Once again, that's the name, but still a legit bank, though, a legit account. This has an interest rate of 5.15%. There are no maintenance fees and there are no online electronic transfer fees, but there are some fees with this account. I love the wording they use. There are no hidden fees. There is a $25 fee for outgoing wire transfer, a $15 fee for official check requests. I would think cashier's check probably. And there is a $100 minimum required for deposit. If you're using this for your savings account, I would think you have more than 100, so that may not be an issue at all. And a $5 fee for a paper statement request. I think you can get past that because you can download the statement and print yourself and not have the fee. So in their defense, there isn't a hidden fee. They laid it all out right away. There's unlimited deposit via check capture and electronic transfer, and free online statements. So once again, that $5 fee, I think we can definitely get past that. So if you are interested in this bank, here you go. Once again, do your research and move accordingly. The next bank on the list is Bax Interest Savings Account with slightly lower rate at 5.10%. This bank is actually a division of Texas Capital Bank, which is FDIC insured. Oh, and Bread Savings High Yield is FDIC insured as well. There are no monthly fees, monthly maintenance fees. There are no fees for electronic wire transfer into the account, but there is a fee of $35 for wire transfer out of the account. The next bank on the list is one I decided to skip. It doesn't mean it's not a legit bank. It doesn't mean it's not a legit savings account. It's just when I got to their website, I couldn't find the savings account they refer to in this article. And when I'm not seeing it right away, straightforward, then I'm already a bit iffy with the online bank. And then now this, once again, it doesn't mean it's not a valid bank or valid account. Just for me as a consumer, when I go to the website, I want to see it right in my face, or maybe a couple read through or a couple clicks, I would see it. That did not happen. I've just decided to skip it and move on to the next. And then I had to skip that one too. M1 high yield savings account with 5.00 APY. Forbes did not have their website readily available on their page, and I found out why. I tried looking for this bank as well, and when I found it and was reviewing it for this video, I had to skip over it because right at the bottom it said, "This is not a bank." I don't know what that means. I'm not saying it's not a legit account. Obviously, it is legit. I'm sure it was for Forbes to list it on here. But for me as a consumer, just seeing that line, it's not a bank, I'm out. So we're moving on to a bank which we are all familiar with if you have a store credit card. That is Synchron Bank High Yield Savings Account with 4.75% APY. So lower rate, but familiarity, which is one of the reasons why a lot of us do not use online banking, is because we're not familiar with the bank. Well, Synchron Bank is the biggest provider of private label credit cards in the United States. A lot of your store credit cards. So if you have credit cards from any of the stores in the shopping mall, chances are they are from Synchron Bank. They are FDIC insured, no minimum balance required, no monthly maintenance fees, no ATM fees. You access your money through ATM card. You put money in via online electronic transfer. They do have a a mobile check deposit of $2,000. So familiarity with name makes you already feel a bit more comfortable, while the rate is not as high as the other ones. You may be wondering about one of the oldest online bank we know, SOFI. I think is the oldest because that's the first online bank I ever heard of years ago. Well, remember, this list is based primarily on the rate, the interest rate, the yield. So SOFI coming in at 4.60% puts it a lot lower. It is actually bank number 8 on the list. There's a total of 9 banks on here. So it doesn't mean it's not a good bank. It doesn't mean it's not a good savings account. It's just based on the rate. There are 7 other savings accounts that offer you a higher rate. But if you're still interested in sticking with SOFI because familiarity, they are FDIC insured. So there you go. These are your top 5 best high yield savings accounts. Don't let this money pass you by. I think we're probably going to get higher rates soon as the year goes on, because these banks are going to be competing against each other for our money. So to that, I say, hey, carry on, let the competition continue, because it's a win for us. This is the positive side of this interest rate hike. It's not so much for those of us who need to buy a house, but for the savings account, this is a plus. Well, I hope this has helped you. I hope this has helped you with your financial goal for this year in making your money work for you. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.